Yeah, the ENTP. It has a dominant function of extroverted intuition, a auxiliary function of introverted thinking, a tertiary of extroverted feeling, and a fourth function of introverted sensing. So the ENTP drives with this novelty, this exploration. They're incredibly interested in perceiving new patterns. And to perceive new patterns, you need to get into new situations. And oftentimes we'll create new situations, especially if they're stuck in their patterns and routines. They might create a little bit of chaos in order to perceive new information. But the introverted thinking in the auxiliary is really, really interested in the accuracy of the information that they're perceiving. So if they perceive, some data that, like a pattern that doesn't fit in with their old framework, they will update their framework almost immediately with a detachment from what that means to them subjectively. Introverted thinking is an introverted function, yet it is not attached to the self or like to the subjective self of the ENTP. They can quickly update their frameworks based off of what they believe is true or false. It is very much so interested, that introverted thinking is very interested in almost an on and off, accurate, inaccurate. It's very interested in creating frameworks of accurate information that is cohesive and coherent. And in fact, you could look at the inside of an introverted thinker's mind as a series of islands, and each island is a conglomerate of a framework of information that all relates to each other. And within each of these islands, the information is so accurate and coherent in relationship to the capacity for that introverted thinker to think properly. But that's the goal of the ENTP, is to heighten their capacity to think and to get new data, to update their frameworks, all the little islands, so that the islands are more and more and more accurate. And a lot of times they also have little bridges to each other so that they all fit into even wider frameworks. But there can be some dissonance within those frameworks when they understand that, so that's why there's the water in between the islands, is to make sure that these two frameworks that are contradictive can exist within the mind as long as they're not pushed together. So anyways, long explanation of introverted thinking. They're very, very interested in experiencing new situations to continue to flush out their frameworks. They are like a main character going through a video game trying to flesh out the map, right? They want to know everything. The extrovert intuitive dominant essentially is on a mission for a theory of everything.